The full moon hung over the Arkansas timber like a silver coin, casting long, eerie shadows. Down at the Three Brothers General Store, something was wrong. Sugar, our little Siamese kitten, wasn't just watching us with her usual big blue eyes. No, tonight they weren't just glowing violet. They were pulsing, throbbing with a strange energy. Suddenly, the old Zenith TV in the corner crackled to life. BROS green oscilloscope waves spiked wildly across the screen. Tom, BRO's digital voice rasped. The sonar at the Bull Shoals Dam is picking up a landmass where there ought to be 60 feet of water. That was all old Big Tom Brown needed to hear. He grabbed his trusty bedpan banjo, its metal gleam a familiar comfort. Over by the karaoke machine, Cousin Rosemary slammed the stop button right in the middle of a powerful Jolene chorus. She wasn't one for wasting time. Without a word, she started handing out the heavy gear. We were moving. Within minutes, the Ozark Avengers were out on the dark, glassy water of the lake, our boat cutting through the night. As we approached the center, the air grew thick and cold. A shape began to form in the mist. It was impossible. A massive, fog-shrouded estate was rising from the depths. This wasn't just a house. It was a full-blown Victorian mansion, dripping with lake moss and ancient Ozark mud, looking like it had been sleeping at the bottom of the lake for a century. As our boat nudged the soggy, rotten wood of a pier, two figures stepped out of the mist to greet us. They looked like they'd just stepped out of a foggy London alley. One was tall, wearing a deerstalker hat and puffing on a pipe. The other was shorter, clutching a medical bag like his life depended on it. The tall one crouched down, peering through a magnifying glass at a glowing trail of neon green slime on the pier. "I say, Watson," he remarked, his voice sharp and precise. "This isn't London fog. This is electromagnetic residue." Before anyone could make sense of that, our own old Tom boomed, his 7-foot frame towering over the two strangers. "Howdy," he rumbled. "You fellas lost? This here's a private haunt." The detective, who I was now pretty sure was Sherlock Holmes, started to reply, but a blood-curdling scream cut him off. It came from the Manor's balcony. The massive front doors burst open, and two men came tumbling out, one short and round, the other tall and thin. They were being chased by a tall, bandaged figure, the mummy, and a hairy beast in tattered pants, the Wolf Man. "He's comin' for Emmy, Abbott. He's comin' for Emmy." The short one, Lou Costello, shrieked. He tripped over Grumpy the Buzzard, who had appeared out of nowhere and was doing a little dance we call the Oreo step. Grumpy must have smelled the ancient. Sugary dust coming off the mummy's 1,000-year-old wrappings. It was pure chaos. As if things weren't weird enough, a new figure appeared from the shadows of the grand staircase inside the manor. He was pale, dressed in a high-collared cape, and had an air of ancient nobility. Dracula, his eyes burning with a red hunger, locked onto our very own Doc Holliday. "A gambler?" The Count sneered, his voice a silky, menacing whisper. Doc didn't even flinch. With a lazy flick of his wrist, he spun his nickel-plated .45, the silver catching the moonlight. A smirk played on his thin lips. "I've played against the devil himself, Count," Doc drawled, his voice steady as a rock. "Compared to him, you're just a tourist." The air crackled. Monsters, detectives, and a bunch of Ozark heroes, all squared off on a haunted mansion that just rose out of a lake. It looked like the night was just getting started. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to see what happens next in part 2.